Hello YouTube. In this video we're talking abs. So for me, abs are key when it comes to bodybuilding. In a sense, for most people, it's also going to be a very important muscle group because one of the things people want to achieve when they start lifting is a six-pack. And I was like that too. When I started lifting at 14, I was obsessed with having a six-pack to the point where I was really overdoing it with the ab work. But in a sense, it's now quite beneficial for me, and I'm going to explain why. So as far as my current training goes, I train abs every day, and I train them mainly through leg raises. So I will superset my chin-ups, pull-ups of any kind with leg raises or knee raises every day, which means that I usually do around 60 to 100 reps of leg raises every day. And the reason why I do that is because the leg raises focus on the lower abs, which is the area of the core that I want to develop the most. Because to go back to what I said before, I used to be obsessed with abs, so I would do crunches. But I wouldn't do the crunches that you see people do where they're on their back with their legs up and they just do that tiny movement. That's not a bad thing. What I did right from the get-go was I would put my feet underneath some furniture I had. I would go all the way down and all the way up. And I would do it at first with body weight, and then I would do it with dumbbells and with plates, etc. And I got so good at them that at some point I was doing an hour. Like I would do an hour of abs where I would watch TV or I would listen to a podcast or anything, and I would keep cranking them out. And it's funny because I have a memory of the very first time in my life I went to an actual gym. I went with a friend and we just sort of did movements I never did before. So we were at the same level. And then we did abs for like 10 minutes and I smoked him. And I was perfectly fine after 10 minutes and I told him, why are we stopping? And he asked me how long I wanted to go and I said that at least 30 minutes. And I remember him telling me that his trainer had told him that training a muscle more than 10 minutes was a waste of time. So even back then, there was a lot of bro science going. But I was extremely well developed in the core, especially with the top, the four pack here, because that's what crunches developed a lot with me. And I never did leg raises, so my lower abs are lacking. And so today I have the same mentality. I do abs a lot, but I don't do them for an hour. Where now I superset my ab work, and I get most of the stimulation for my core through compound movements. Where I've done so much abs in the past that now, even though I'm at a fairly high body fat, they show through because they bulge. They're pretty big. So that's something that I'm quite happy I did in the past. It's the same for my biceps. I work them so much that now I can work them minimally and they still grow and they're still doing well with my overall physique. So abs every day. I also have at the end of the workout a specific type of abdominal development work I will do depending on the day. So it's going to be leg raises with a dumbbell in between my feet. It's going to be side leg raises. It's going to be crunches with an elastic band. All of these is just to finish the abs, to do some absolation on days where I feel like it's necessary. But I usually almost never do it, especially for the crunches. I do try to do my leg raises a lot on the floor because I really need to develop the lower abs that didn't get enough love. But for the rest, I'm fairly lazy on them. But the reason why it's primordial for me and for people who are built like me to have a good core is because if you have a small waist, you can sort of get away with less ab definition and size because you already have that trim waist. But if you have a thick waist like I do, the eyes are going to go to your waist. So you need that abdominal development so that people don't pay attention to the size of the waist. They just think, wow, like the abs are really big, that's a strong waist. That's an illusion strategy that I need to put in place because I want my physique to look good. So that's it for my personal philosophy when it comes to ab training. If you want to see exactly what I do for my abs, you can go in the playlist. I have a playlist, Road to Bigger Abs, where I show everything I do for them. It's nothing fancy, it's nothing exciting, it's nothing new. It's just a repetition of the same movements day in and day out, every day. And that's what bodybuilding is. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions about the way I train abs or the way I approach my ab training, let me know in the comments. I would be happy to answer. Have a good day.